Michelle, tell us a little bit about how long you've been in practice and about the current practice you have.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm out here in San Ramon, California. I've been in business for over 17 years. I'm one of the principals and co partners of this business. I own the practice with three other gentlemen, and we are a fee-based practice, specializing with no load mutual funds and primarily working with managers, executives that are ready to retire.
So you've got two really interesting projects. One is a book, kind of a mainstream book, stocks, bonds, and soccer moms, and the other one is a binder, a CD that has an incredible amount of capability. Why don't you tell us about the binder? I think that's the most interesting for financial advisors.
Yeah, so essentially what happened, Dan, is years ago when I started planning, I would ask clients, if something happened to you today, do you have everything in one location? And I'd get the deer in the headlights look like, what do you mean, Michelle? And so I would say, well, I have a documentation of all your accounts, your retirement accounts. I have your balance sheet, but where's the details of where is your insurance policy? Where's the breakdown of all the important people in your life? Where's your medical history? Where's your all your other accounts that I don't have? Where's your HR information? And so there were so many little things. I have clients who have these gorgeous antiques or grand pianos or Rolexes and there's just no documentation of these assets, what they are worth. And so as the years went on, and of course I lost clients who either passed away or got seriously ill, and I realized how valuable it was to have everything in one spot. Not to have some in your safe deposit box, some in the old school filing cabinet, some on the computer, which, as you know, everything's, for the most part now, we have on the computers, and so it makes it even more challenging for our heirs to try to figure out how do we get mom and dad's information transferred? So I put together what's called the Everything Binder. It has 17 tabs and almost 100 pages that you could fill in with really having all of your information in one location. This does not replace your estate plan. It should be with your estate plan. You would rather do it on your computer, save it to the cloud, put it on a disk and give it to your loved ones. You can do that.
And that's the kind of thing that an individual advisor could get the piece that you've got and kind of rebrand it with their own, logo and stuff, and start using it as a tool with their own clients. Is that right?
Yes. So our intention, the book launched November 1st, and it's done wonderful. Our intention now is really to move over to rebranding it on the B2B side so that we take off my information and put advisors' logos onto it so that they can share this with their clients and really add this as a value add with their clients. So the hope that could be up and running here in the next month.
Yeah, it's an incredible tool, and really one that couldn't be more timely. I mean, as you point out, especially with the computer carrying all this information, and God forbid, your hard drive dies or you haven't uploaded the most recent, and
right.
Even just little things like passwords and all the access to accounts. It's amazing how much information there is out there.
Right.
And
there's so much.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dave. There's so much that can be lost. That's what I'm finding with now this digital age that we're in. The assumption is our children, our siblings, if I was to pass away, they're just going to magically know where I and how I pay my bills online, who's my gardener, who's my pool guy, where's my medical history information, where's my jewelry, what it's worth. I mean, the assumption is that they're just going to know that. And with everything online now, it's become very complex. That's why this binder is just so critical, and it's really giving for my clients who have filled it out already, and the folks that have bought it, I'm getting emails saying, oh, thank you, the peace of mind I'm now getting because I have this in place for my family.
Yeah, the other thing is, people move jobs so much more frequently than ever before, and there can be multiple, 401ks or any of this sort of stuff.
Right, right.
Tell me about the other book, the Soccer Moms book.
So like a lot of women, we feel like we're superwoman and could do anything. And then when I had my daughter 11 years ago, reality hit me very quickly that I couldn't do everything. I couldn't balance everything and still be what I thought was achievable, which was supermom. So I wrote this book. It's a journey in me finding balance in the 7 steps in how I found balance as a mom trying to juggle life, trying to juggle friendships, trying to juggle finances, trying to juggle marriage, romance. So this is a really fun book for women and moms. It's a quick read just in how to balance it all. Because it is possible, and I think a lot of women, unfortunately, don't find that balance, and so they're feeling depressed or they're feeling these emotions of, why can't I do this all? But it's very natural for women to go through this. So I kind of shared the ugly parts of what I had to go through to come out on this side, and women are enjoying it and loving it, which is great.
And how are you using it in your practice?
Yeah, so there is one chapter in the book, because of course a majority of the book, it has nothing to do with finances, but there is one whole chapter that's one of the 7 steps is staying financially fit and balancing your finances. And I am a huge advocate with women in women understanding what's going on fiscally underneath their roof. I have a lot of friends who they just let their husbands handle all the finances. They don't know what the bills are. They don't know anything they have in their retirement accounts, and it's shocking to me. So I really wanted to get the point across to women that I wanted them to be empowered to have the knowledge. I'm not saying you have to go pay the bills. You've got to all of a sudden manage all of your assets. But what I'm saying is understand what's going under your roof, so that you are financially empowered. And again, it comes back to, God forbid something happens to your spouse or your loved one. I want these women to be able to say, I can do this. I can balance it all. I can take ownership of my finances and pay the bills, know who to go to, who's the financial advisor, who's our attorney, who's our accountant. Start going to those meetings, which a lot of women choose not to. So that's also been enlightening and I think a little bit scary. I've had some women email me and say, "Oh, Michelle, I much rather have read the romance chapter than the finance chapter, but I'm glad I read it because, women just need that little push because they're brilliant. Women are brilliant. They just need that little push to kind of open their eyes to the financial side of what's going on in their home."
How have you found time to do these projects?
Yeah.
That's the big.
That's what everybody asks me. Type A OCD. Yeah, I have a wonderful team that's been able, of course, there's a lot of little elves behind me that have helped me through this. And my family, unfortunately, my husband and my 2 daughters didn't see me a lot over this last year as I invested a lot of Sundays and evenings into getting these books launched. So yeah, I'm happy to have them launched and back to a bit of normalcy in my home.
Well, thanks so much for taking the time. Sounds like exciting projects, and we will be posting information about them, and I'm sure people will be having more questions for you.
Great. Thank you, Dan.